Hello and welcome to our new Star Wars show. This is going to be called The Rule of Two because I'm a nerd and I know what that means. So, with me today is my sister, who is also a Star Wars nerd. Say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
And if you clicked on this and you're listening to this, then you obviously clicked on it. So, thank you for listening to our show. This is our inaugural episode. And so we're just going to run through about 3 topics during this. We're going to talk about the Solo movie, we're going to talk about Star Wars Rebels, and then we're going to do a little bit of a book report at the end. So hopefully this will go good, but let's just jump straight into Han Solo. Alden Ehrenreich is our new Solo. I still don't know how good he's going to be because, I mean, obviously he has done things before and we've seen him in things like Hail Caesar where he was very good. But
And I saw him in Beautiful Creatures, but both times he had like a, cowboy accent, so. But obviously he can just talk regular.
yeah, I think he can do. I think he can talk.
Fine.
He'll be fine as far as how he sounds and the dialogue and everything. It's just you got to portray that character of Han Solo, which is very difficult to do.
Because it's the most iconic character in cinematic history.
Yeah, I mean Darth Vader's up there too. Like, anyway.
That's a whole nother thing because he didn't even voice him.
Well, when we have like an off week where there's not a lot of stories to talk about, we'll get into who's more iconic. But anything that you're like super excited about, because I know that people out there, we both did not exactly. We're not exactly clamoring for this movie.
No.
When they first announced it, we weren't super excited because we love Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and we're totally content with, if we want a young Han Solo, we will watch the original trilogy.
Exactly. We didn't need it, and why touch something that's basically perfect?
Exactly. But the thing that really, the one thing and the one character I think that is really going to put this movie over for me is Donald Glover as Lando. I think he's going to be amazing as Lando. And that character itself is another amazing character. But you know, in the new trailer, he says like one thing and it's probably not even a word. But to me, the way he looks and his costuming, and it seems like he carries himself with that Billy D.
He's definitely the trailer is like, it's very kind of like dark. The colors are very muted, but when you see him, he's like wearing bright yellow, and he's got the the sort of charisma that comes
capes.
with
No
capes.
No capes. But Lando is the only one who could have.
But
capes.
we'll see, because Donald Glover, like we were talking about this earlier, he has sort of a higher voice than
he does. I don't think he could do, Billy D's.
And I'm probably going to laugh when I hear, that sort of low, milky tones that are supposed to be Lando. But, we'll get over it after a while.
Anything still has you concerned? I know the big thing is the fact that they fired Lord and Miller and got Ron Howard, but I got faith in Ron.
Yeah, so do I. He's established. He knows what he's doing. But... I mean, no, I'm not really worried about it. Yeah. I don't think it'll be great. It'll probably be, okay. It was. I'm not putting much expectations on this movie.
The one thing that I think it needs to be is fun. If you have a Han Solo movie and it's not fun, it doesn't matter whether it's good or not, because you could have fun with like okay movies. Like that's all the 80s was. That's all the 80s action movies were. They were
But the
fun.
way that they're showing it, the trailer was very like with that shot of, in the storm and the Imperials, that was very like dark, and it seems like just the color palette and the way that it was shot seems dark, but that one joke at the end gave me sort of a little bit of hope.
It's Star Wars, and it's when the Empire is at the height of its power. So yes, there are going to be some. Yes, it's not going to be like a hunky dory world, but at the same time, being fun can come from the characters, like Lando having fun. Woody Harrelson's character, I don't know anything about. Like in Legends, I haven't read anything about a character like that yet.
No.
So I'm
excited.
Apparently
he's going to be like the mentor.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he could be like the opposite of Obi-Wan, you know?
I'm also wondering who Tandy Newton is going to be playing. If it's going to be Sana Solo or somebody what, else. If it's just going to be somebody else. And also if they're going to be showing that fake wedding of theirs.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe. I don't know if it's something that you set up in a comic book and then you do it in the movie. It'd be cool. I mean, like, Woody Harrelson's character is putting together a crew, so...
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, you never know. Emilia Clarke?
She looks good. That cape shot was good. Yeah. I don't think she's Imperial. I think she's probably like a...
Yeah, no capes.
I think she was... She seems like she would be in like a Canto Bight sort of scene. Like maybe she has like a bar somewhere. She like a businesswoman sort of, you know.
Right. Yeah, but every crew has to have the one lady, you know, that's going to turn all the dudes' heads. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I think that's what she can be. Not to say that she's like... They're gonna, you know, stereotype her. They're gonna cast her as just a pretty face. You know, she's probably gonna have a good character development and arc and everything, and it'll be fun. But I think that's it for Solo, right? I mean, you got anything else?
Well, we do get a little bit of backstory.
Oh
for
yeah,
Han.
A little bit.
He kind of briefly goes through it, which is something we've never gotten before. Just sort of him saying stuff.
Yeah.
Throughout.
It does seem like at the beginning, I don't believe he's going to be, like, Chewie's going to be with him, so I think that we will get that. That'll probably be, like, your opening thing, and then your main story will be the whole Woody Harrelson putting together a crew mission.
And then we have the Clean Falcon.
The Clean Falcon, I mean...
get some, I don't know if they're new aliens, that kind of Biston-looking... thing, and then the new droid, which is gonna be looks like Lando's.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think we'll get Lobo.
No.
But yeah, it'll be fun, but it's all right.
But overall, the trailer was good.
Yes.
Who knows if the movie's gonna be good? You know.
Yeah. Cross your fingers. Knock on wood. Do all your superstition stuff.
Yes.
But let's move on to Rebels. Rebels comes back when we release this video. It'll be tomorrow, Monday. So, we just watched the trailer like 3 times in a row just to get ready for the second half of season 4, which still nobody has died. I feel like that's something that they need to figure out, but hey, hopefully Thrawn will kill people and use Ruch to kill people. But...
it looks like at the beginning of they spent like a minute's worth of like... just
flashbacks.
Yes, nostalgia because it's ending, you know.
To me, that's kind of lame because, like, hey, you've been on for 4 years. You're not like the Simpsons that have been going on for 20 plus. We don't need a walk down nostalgia road.
And if they were gonna make me nostalgic, they had to like put Callus in there. David Oyelowo.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he's awesome.
Agent Callus.
I didn't see no Agent Callus.
I did feel like he should have died, though. I felt like Thrawn should have caught him and, you know, give him the blaster.
No, I need him. I really like him. Anyway, Kanan's hair, don't like it. I agree with Hera.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's that sort of samurai.
But who makes it out? Who do you... We're pretty sure that Hera Syndulla has to make it out. Yeah. And Chopper has to make it out.
I think Thrawn will, definitely.
And Rex. No, Rex also. I mean, Thrawn.
Rex
because he's in episode 6, which takes place after.
Yeah, like...
Thrawn, we know, makes it out because Dave Filoni said he makes it out. And if he lied to us, there will be riots. Riots in the street, I tell you.
Okay. I think Sabine will make it too. I
Really?
think Ezra and Kanan are gone, and so is Zeb.
Yeah. I don't know about Sabine now because...
Oh, yeah, when she was with her people...
Yeah, that seemed like it was a good, like, exit for her out of the show. But then they gave Katie Sackhoff's character the sword, and now she's the leader of the Mandos. Yeah, so there's not really a place for her. I mean, there's a place for her. She could go back
if she wanted to.
If they really wanted to be that kind of lame and not kill people off, then yes, you could have her go back to the Mandos. But, like, Kanan and Ezra have to die. And if Ezra, because he's, like, has some connections with animals and stuff, if he becomes a wolf... I will want that wolf's head. I will totally Game of Thrones that and be like, kill the dire wolf now.
The wolves are giant. Like
they're huge.
They keep getting bigger.
Yes.
I don't really care for them. I think it's cool how like every sort of Jedi has their thing.
Yeah.
Where they, they have a special whatever.
Yeah, Yoda loves trees, and
Sure. And who's
swamps.
The guy with the yellow?
Quinlan Voss.
When he touches stuff,
he can see where they've been and things like that.
That's cool that he has his own little thing.
Ezra,
but I don't really like.
But it shouldn't keep him from death. That's the whole thing. No. I know, like, if there's one thing that Dave Filoni that I do not like about Dave Filoni is that he cannot kill a character. He couldn't kill Ahsoka Tano.
Well, do you think we're getting her back?
I don't think so. I think
How are they gonna...
because I think it's
just gonna be a mystery forever?
About Rebels, and he's probably gonna do something else with her because he still can't kill her. So I think like this second half of this season is going to be about the main Rebels cast, either dying or moving on from death and trying to take out Thrawn, but Thrawn is gonna win. Do you think Rook will live? Because in the trailer we see him fight Zeb, Kanan, and Ezra. I would love for Rook to live. I think so,
because if Thrawn lives, I think he will.
But is he expendable? I do think that Rook is kind of way more expendable than Thrawn, at least.
If they're going the Legends route, Thrawn could definitely just go back to Rook's home planet and, get another one.
Yeah.
But... yeah.
They are...
he could die. I wouldn't be sad that he did.
Yeah, but to me, at least reading that Thrawn trilogy that is no longer canon, it does... I do like him as Thrawn's bodyguard because... yeah. It's pretty cool, And Warwick Davis could always use some extra, work.
Well, they got him doing all those Star Wars celebrations.
Yeah.
But, what do you think of Palpatine?
Sheev is back.
I'm fine with him being back. Choose a name, dude. I need you to choose.
He does have a name.
He's got like 7 different titles.
Well, the problem is he's in the public eye. So if he wasn't in the public eye, you would just call him Darth Sidious, just like Bane, and
But what do you think of
the
blue?
Back. He's totally in the Vision or Temple. I can't tell which is. It seems like a Vision.
There's a lot of different.
There's a lot of weird Mortis stuff, and that's the stuff. Again, Dave Filoni, stop bringing these things back. I understand that he wanted to finish Rebels. He wanted to finish the Clone Wars, and he's using Rebels to finish the Clone Wars stuff, which.
I don't mind all of it. I didn't like the Mortis episodes in Clone Wars, just because, it was a little too
weird. They're religion-y or something. Yeah, they're very much. It's too much of a religion. That becomes too much of a religion with, the son, the daughter, the father. It's like, hey, where's the mother? Yeah.
There were definitely some different things that I had to keep pausing to look at because I didn't know what exactly was happening here. But it looks like when he sees the son, bird. The father, and the daughter. He's wearing the same kind of thing as he is when he sees Palpatine and when he sees the bird, and he's sort of in that black and white.
It's place. The same, yeah. It's totally the same place. And what I do think, actually, now that I think about it a little bit more, I start to think that is not Sheev. I start to think that
what is not the blue, all that?
No, that is not Sheev. That might be the son, because we see the daughter with the bird on her shoulder, and so maybe the daughter is the manifestation of the daughter is the bird, and the manifestation of the son is Sheev.
Okay, well that's different, and it's getting into weird stuff again.
Yeah, but that's how Mortis is.
Yeah.
You know, in the Mortis episodes, the son turns into like a big bat, and the daughter turns into a griffin. So, it like Dave Filoni and that whole group of people who worked on Clone Wars and are working on Rebels now are no stranger to making those characters be able to shapeshift. Now, in the Mortis in the Mortis episodes, those characters die. Like, they have a magical dagger and they stab every single one of them. So those characters die. Like, and I understand, like, hey, Obi-Wan got cut in half. Like, Yoda died of old age. They could come back too, but they can come back, but they don't have that physical body, that physical presence. But
as far as them being in the series, I don't really care for it.
Right.
But I mean, as far as the whole ending of this season, I think it's done. I'm ready for it to be done.
I know, right?
Which
it stinks.
Whatever that means.
It stinks that, like, we're ready and I'm almost happy that it's going to be done. Yeah. But it's on Disney XD, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
I understand Star Wars is something for
I'm
kids,
happy
but hey,
we don't want to start getting into territory where it's like there's Leia and Luke and then these people and they're crossing over. We don't want to get into that.
Right.
So, I'm happy that it's ending now. It needs to end. And it's been a pretty good run. Yes.
I know. I understand. It's been a good run, but hey, like, I'm finally happy that Dave Filoni is going to be forced to kill a character.
Well,
and that's unfortunate, but hey, George Lucas killed a character in his first movie. Like, Obi-Wan didn't even get to the third act. I know he was there in spirit and in dialogue, but he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? He got killed.
Yes.
So you shouldn't be afraid to kill off characters, because that could make people like that character even more.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you're worried about as in Rebels in this new season? Anything that has you concerned as far as maybe it could end in kind of a way that you don't like?
Just that they all sort of like it's happily ever after, because we know that's not how it is. And there's a lot of stuff where Thrawn is saying, fire on the whole city, whatever. So I think they're definitely going to be on Ezra's planet. And I don't want them to win that, because they can't. Yeah. They need their first big battle at the beginning of
Rogue One.
Exactly. Or sort of at the end of that, and then the beginning of episode 4. And so I want Lothal to just be obliterated.
Right.
I want that, and I don't want them to sort of just ride off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, I'm afraid that they're going to be like a little bit like, well, we kind of saved Lothal, but it wasn't really a big victory because we lost people. Right. I don't want them to like kill a couple people but save Lothal in the end and then still call it not a victory. Yeah. So
the thing that has me concerned the most is I just want them to kill somebody. I genuinely feel like Dave Filoni can't kill somebody.
Well, I think Kanan and Ezra have to go.
I do.
Because they're...
But so did Ahsoka. And, I mean, nobody gets away from Vader. Like, we've seen, like, actual Jedi masters go down to Vader. And she wasn't even fully trained. And she gets away? Like, she effectively beats him?
Well, I feel like we don't know what happened there, but I think he will kill people. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah. I'm super glad that they got Ian McDiarmid back too.
Yes, that's
fun.
That's cool. Even though I love Sam Witwer.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's good to have the original. So.
Right. Now let's move on to our book report, and I read it. I listened to the book, audibled it, but Demi has not yet. She hasn't done it yet. So, it's called
Sell me on it.
Sell you on it. It's the beginning of Luke's and Mara's relationship. We'll put it that way.
Which is cool, and I've read a lot of stuff into that, which is one of the only reasons why I would read this book or listen to it is because of those two.
Yeah.
And where their relationship kind of goes with their son and all of that. So.
Yes.
And in the end, yes.
Done.
It's.
Of course.
That's why I would be reading it. But I also, from Thrawn's original trilogy of books.
Yeah. So this one is called Star Wars Spectre of the Past, and it takes place 10 years after the Thrawn trilogy, which is no longer canon. But what that trilogy was is Timothy Zahn wrote it, and it's Thrawn, which is in Star Wars Rebels now. That one is no longer part of the actual story, and in that one,
this book is not canon.
This book is no longer canon, but this takes place 10 years after Thrawn's death in the third book of the Thrawn trilogy, and they have a new guy. A new dude is coming in there, and he's a con artist, and one of the admirals gets him to effectively get like plastic surgery and everything to look like Thrawn. So the Empire is on its decline. It's almost done. Admiral Paleon, who is in the Thrawn trilogy, who is Thrawn's right-hand dude who learns from Thrawn, he is now the leader of the Empire, and he wants to sue for peace. But the other dudes are like, nah, let's not do this. So
I'm not super hyped on a Thrawn impersonator.
Yeah, it's
just because I feel like
he literally hasn't done anything in the book.
I feel like it's one of those things of like they just want to keep bringing people back that people love. So
yeah, but we have a new guy. His name is Major Tierce, who is one of Sheev Palpatine's one of his red guards, one of the Imperial guards that you see in the throne rooms. He's one of those guys, and the admiral who is the man behind it, so to speak, he has this con artist playing Thrawn, and he has Major Tierce being the brains. So, and Major Tierce is apparently really, really good because not only did he serve under Palpatine and learned some stuff from him, but he served directly under Thrawn, so he learned some of his tactics
I read that
as
in the
well.
synopsis.
So, this first book, Spectre of the Past, is part of a duology. I'm going to start the second book after I read the Bane book, the second Bane book. But this one's very much a part one. There is so much that is set up in this book as far as like the Bothans. Apparently some Bothans helped Palpatine destroy Ka'amas, and everybody, including the Ka'amasi, well, not including the Ka'amasi. The Ka'amasi are actually really nice about it, but everybody else is like, hey, either the Bothans need to get punished for doing this because you committed genocide, you helped Sheev commit genocide, or they need to pay for the Ka'amasi to have a new homeworld. And so that is in the New Republic. That is the thing that Leia and Han and Lando are pretty much worried about, and that's their problem. Luke is going off to help Mara Jade because she got captured by.
That's what I like.
Luke is going off to help Mara Jade because she got captured by some alien race.
And that's where Talon Card comes in
and
as well.
Talon Card.
Which I like that trio.
But like the thing that gets Talon Card onto the New Republic side is the fact that Thrawn's back. Because he's like super scared because he double crossed Thrawn in the third Thrawn book, and so like
Thrawn, but I like Talon Card. I think he's smart.
He's like a Lando, but with more power almost, because he has like a network of smugglers and spies around the galaxy.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty.
And
cool.
Mara used to work for him.
Yeah.
So.
But it's definitely a part 1 because none of the problems that arise in this book are solved in the book. Okay. So it's literally Luke's as like he goes into hyperspace off after Mara Jade, and it's like to be continued.
Okay, sounds good. I will try.
So you're gonna try to read it?
Yeah.
Will you read the Bane book first?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm
probably gonna review that first Bane book, as well as this one for this channel. So yeah, it's good. I don't think it's as good as that first trilogy, at least the first book in that trilogy. Mm-hmm. But it's still really good, and I really want to see the thing about these books. To me, you guys out there, got lovely ladies as well. The thing about these books, to me, that the reason why I read them and the reason why I want to read them, even though they're not part of the actual story now, is the fact that I get Lando, Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie. I get them all together again with a new story.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I love the original trilogy so much, is because you had all those characters together. You had them working together. You had them, being together on screen all the time, and it's super fun.
And there's no consequences with these books because you don't have to be like, well, that was really weird. Well, I'm glad it's not canon.
Right, of course.
It's just they're fun stories.
And it's the same reason that you want the Holy Trinity in episode 7 or episode 8. You want them all to be on screen together,
Because they just had
chemistry, had such good chemistry, and it just
love that.
You want to see that, and so that's why I read these books, because I get you get the Holy Trinity, you get Chewie together, you get Lando together, and you get them all together. It's not like they're off doing their own thing. Yes, Luke is off doing his own thing,
they
but
split
still,
up a bit, but it's good.
You get those characters that you love in a new story, and it's a great story.
Right.
So that's why I think you guys out there, you should definitely look at the Thrawn trilogy. If you want to get Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, Lando all together in a new story that you haven't heard or seen before, definitely check out these books. They're really fun, even though they're not part of the canon. They're just a fun read or listen or whatever you want. But hey, that's gonna wrap it up for our first Rule of Two show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you stayed this long, you are the man or you are the woman. We are not sexist here. We hope you enjoyed it. We thank you for listening, and we hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.